Better here. All right, each year parents like to give out these puzzle gifts, different puzzle every year. Let's do it live. Hoping I'm not scratching anything out there. So here's the clue, I guess, emergency use only. Okay, looks like this one comes in a box this year. Open the cabin. Alright, some sort of a puzzle box, I guess. This is the clue, but we'll leave it. So we got something here that turns. Probably red herring, didn't seem to do nothing. Got a couple over here that seem to potentially want to move. We got some windows. We have more than one base unit. That's interesting. Of course, the roof. So I usually start to wiggle these things. See what other stuff might be affected. You can kind of see where these things are connected here. Doesn't look like anything is glued. There's no nothing about this that would give you any clues necessarily. There's a door here. I don't think the door opens. Maybe it does. Now that I'm pulling on this, there is some tension. Yeah, unscrew something. Anybody else get these kind of puzzles as gifts? Doesn't seem like the chimney does anything. Sometimes the pictures themselves are clues on the boxes. I'm not really pulling anything out of this one. I can see that this does something here. There was a time when it felt like this was giving me some kind of resistance. And I screwed on it a bunch of times and it didn't give me any more resistance anymore. But it didn't give me any slop. I'm not hearing anything. It's a pretty good one. So I'm looking at the sides here. I don't think the door is a separate piece. These all seem to be solid walls with just some engraving. This one, on the other hand, doesn't necessarily seem to be 100% constructed the same way. I'm guessing something lets the bottom come loose, and the whole top is the lock or the mechanism, the box, I guess. Yeah, it wouldn't make sense that the whole thing comes apart. That'd be too fragile. So I'm guessing this part comes out, and we're trying to pull that top off. This is the only part that seems to be moving. Sometimes there's a bit of positioning issue. I don't see anything about the panels here that indicate which way this one should be. They seem pretty universal. Do the windows twist? No. Drapes are open on both sides. That doesn't indicate anything. How far are we on this? 6 minutes, huh? Doesn't seem like the roof's gonna wiggle, so I'm guessing this is all just a part of everything. However, there's a chimney. Would you need to jam something down that chimney? Doesn't make much sense, but I do have a bolt sitting right here. No, I don't think so. So, let's see. Feeling these things, they seem to work together. Kind of weird that there's only a couple of moving parts, so I'm going to try moving some of these wood slats. Wouldn't make any sense here because the engravings are going across it. Usually you don't have to bring a tool to the game. I missed some comments there. Does what pull out? This thing here? I'm going to try yanking on it a little bit, but usually you don't have to bring tools to it. No, it's not pulling out like that. You got a cat running around out here? What's going on? Same with these. Nothing going on there. What's walking around out there? Go in the house. Go in the house. Get in the house. You don't need to be running around. So going back to these windows. They do seem to be separate from the walls. A lot of movement there. Try pushing in on these things. That's not doing anything. It does seem like the white parts are cut into, or the red part is cut into the white part, which could indicate that these things move or something. What would these things do? If there's slots going across and touching something, something would have to go up and let them go, or go to the side or something and let them go. Tap. Try giving it some twists here. This doesn't seem to be having any effect on there. I'm definitely feeling it there a little bit. Feeling it there a little bit. What could these things do? It's weird that usually there's some amount of play somewhere so that you can get something moving. With this one, it's entirely inside, I guess. Try to pull on these things in different ways. Push on these things. Push on these. That's not doing anything. 11 minutes. I feel like I would have done this in 3 minutes. Must be something wrong with the clock. That's interesting. And I'm definitely so more than likely something has to line up in some sort of way. Maybe these things turn. Now normally they would put a quarter in here to screw with you so that there's something knocking around for no reason. Look at that. If I wiggle one door, the other one wiggles. It's definitely catching on something right there. Okay. Something just happened right there. I just don't know exactly what. So I'm guessing this thing's got maybe a piece of wire or something. Or else it's just catching on something. So that means this thing has some sort of a cam or something. There's a wall in there. What would it be doing with a cam? Pushing down on something? Pushing up on something that's getting it out of the way? Might have broke it when I was yanking on it before. So the next thing we can do is look at it harder. So let's look inside of here. What do we got? I'm just using the camera as a magnifying glass. So you're seeing what I'm seeing. I'm looking through the camera right now. The edges aren't fake, as far as I can tell. Not a lot of play here. Before I was doing something to make both of these twisting this around over here. Right there somewhere. I felt like I did something. Looking at these go in and out. I don't know what difference that would really make. But there's probably some reason they made these into windows. I'll try unscrewing this thing again. Doesn't seem to care that I'm unscrewing it at all. Is that loosening the bottom? Is that all it is? You have to unscrew some giant nut. I do feel like the bottom is getting looser and looser. It's possible that I'm pushing a nut on a screw across someplace. Hey, didn't I tell you go in the house? Am I crazy, or is that getting looser? I mean, it'd be the craziest bolt in the world. Could just be breaking it. Could be that something has to be putting pressure on something. These get pushed together, hold apart. Pushed up or down. Definitely don't twist. See how I can get them to work together. Oh crap, a bunch of stuff fell over in the closet. This doesn't move any differently or anything. Does feel like it's all getting looser though. It'd be weird if they'd make a puzzle with the whole solution is just to unscrew a screw though. It definitely seems like it's getting looser. Maybe not. Maybe it's just always been this loose. There's nothing in here, so what is it, glued to this? You can see almost all the way through it, right? Yeah, we can see that paper. Oh, look at that. So now that worked. And now does this allow something to happen over here? Oh, look at that. Now I can spin this one. I wonder what that'll do. Interesting. So spinning this one allowed me to start spinning this one. I think I just unscrewed a screw. And then that screw allowed me to move something, or it's probably got to go this way. Oh, interesting. I would think it would want to go this way. But that could be the mistake. It could be going the other way. See this? Huh. What was up with that? And now I can turn this one. What? Look at that. Alright. So at some point I will figure out what's going on here. F-16's flying around out there. So I've gotten these two to turn. This one's locked right now. So something I did jam that thing up. Oh, that's what jammed it up, I guess. I'll just leave it there, I guess. Is that what happens? This unlocks this one. can tell there's some sort of a unlocking going on. There we go. Now we've got both windows jammed. Why won't it open? Well, you would think after getting both windows moved, that would unlock something. Still gotta do something else. Oh, there it is. Alright, so that was the combo. Pushing the... took 26 minutes, I guess. You had to push the window frames over. And in order to do that, you had to twist the one. I'm not sure if I had a combination thing going there or what, but it's definitely locked in there. So it's probably a circular thing with a peg. And same things here. Like you have to get it lined up so that the peg will release, perhaps. That was pretty fun. I figured this was something glued on the bottom because there was no nails going through. So somebody did this on a laser cutter, and it looks like it all comes down to this last little one, which will basically allow it to lock. So the reason it was loose is just because it was floating around in here. And then as I move that window over, that's what moved this and allowed this to shift and come off. So thanks to the parents for this one. It's a lot of fun. 27 minutes-ish. Hope you enjoyed it. There's probably some kind of clue in here, like wiggle the windows or something. Hopefully that was nice. If it was a spoiler, sorry. But have a good New Year.